This is WZRD Chicago 88.3 FM. And we have with us at WZRD in the studio Michael Harman. He is with the Symbol Training Institute. Welcome, Michael.
Good morning. How are you today?
Very well, thank you.
Wonderful.
Okay, Michael. First of all, tell us about your position at Symbol Training Institute.
Gladly. I am the community relationship manager at Simple Training Institute. My job is to meet with folks like yourself and spread the word about Symbol and increase enrollment.
Mhm. And uh, so, what kind of training does Symbol Training Institute do?
It's a great question. Symbol Training Institute provides training and certification in CNC machining, that's computerized numerical control machining, and industrial maintenance.
Mhm. Well, that sounds a little intimidating. However, how long do the classes last? And by the end of the class, uh, how well are the students certified?
Our courses are only 16 weeks long. It's about 4 months.
Mhm.
And we provide certification for the students to gain employment. In addition to that, we also provide industry standard certifications through NIMS. It's the National Institute of Metalworking Studies, Skills. Sorry, misspoke on that. But our not only do we provide the training to help our students launch careers in high demand, high paying industries, but we also help them with resume construction and interviewing skills to prepare them when we get them in front of employers.
And how much uh, experience could a student have and still, or not, how much of a lack of experience could a student have and still be able to train at the symbol?
It's a good question. All of our students come from all walks of life. So there is a wide range of skills that our students actually have when they walk through the door. They don't necessarily have to have any industry experience. That's what the training provides. So the idea is that we take them from no knowledge to working knowledge to where they can step into any number of fulfilling high demand, high paying careers.
And what is your average student like?
That's a tough question to answer. As our students, as I mentioned, come from all walks of life. They're recent high school graduates to some folks who have college degrees and aren't extremely satisfied with their path in life. So they've decided that they want to get into manufacturing. So yeah, an average student, it's an average individual. It's anybody.
Mhm. What about gender? Are there a lot of women in the training as well?
Increasingly, yes. Our executive director, Diana Peters, has done a significant amount of work with women in manufacturing, and we welcome everybody into our training program, but especially women who want to get into the lucrative advanced manufacturing industry.
Mhm. Let's talk about the different industries that this cover. Manufacturing, yes, but like what industries?
Well, just about anything you can imagine. Advanced manufacturing touches everything in our society. So we work with companies that manufacture parts for aircraft, for automotive, healthcare, you name it, and we're making something for everybody.
Mm. Okay, aircraft and vehicles and everything. Has has the have the manufacturers increased over the years? The world is becoming more computerized. So how does that affect the coursework and what the students are learning?
Our coursework is ever evolving.
Mhm.
As the industry changes, we change with it and provide up to date and cutting edge knowledge for our students.
Mhm. What are your student feedback about the learning?
Students love it. They enjoy every minute of the program. Fortunately, it's not a completely academic endeavor for our students. So we split time with them with between classroom and shop time. It's a very hands-on um, a course. So our students not only learn how to operate a CNC machine or how to repair motors and um, electrical circuits and functional equipment at a factory. um, they learn how to touch these things with their hands, but they also learn how to maintain their workstation, keep it clean, keep the machines running properly. So from beginning to end, they learn all aspects of manufacturing.
How does the cleanliness affect the safety?
That's a great question. We focus heavily on safety, simply for the fact that a clean environment is a safe environment. We don't want to have a situation where somebody slips and falls into a machine. That would be a very bad thing. So, um, keeping your workspace clean and tidy is an integral part of a manufacturing position.
And stray particles or things that fall into the machinery would uh, be have an adverse effect as well.
Mhm. Absolutely.
What is the first day like of class, and how long does a class last?
Well, our classes are in either mornings or evenings, typically about 3 hours in length, 3 days a week. Your very first class will be orientation. You get your measuring devices. So we provide our students with a caliper and a micrometer, so they learn how to properly measure their parts. Um, but a lot of it is it's safety. We put a heavy focus on safety and knowing what you should do and what you shouldn't do, what you should wear and what you shouldn't wear.
Mhm.
So that's day one is a lot of safety.
Mhm. Does a lot of that safety derive from OSHA?
That's a big part of it. Yes.
Mhm.
So, but a lot of manufacturers have their own safety standards that they implement above and beyond what OSHA requires.
Mm. And are there any special speakers that come in to speak with students?
On occasion, we'll have employers come through and observe class and interact with our students. Yes.
Is that on account of them helping train students that might be more specific to their manufacturing, or do they just like scout out some promising students?
Think it's the latter. They know that our students are prepared to step in day one and contribute. So I think a lot of them like to come through and kind of pick the cream of the crop for themselves, as
Mm.
opposed to waiting for the resume to come across their desk.
What about OSHA? Does anybody from OSHA or any government department ever come to speak with students?
Well, we're regularly inspected, so but typically the inspectors don't really interact with the students.
Mhm.
I haven't seen it in my time, so
And they're able to inspect while the students are having class?
I would assume so.
Oh, wow. Um, so you said that the ages of your students come in all ages. Like, do you know offhand who the youngest student would be and the oldest student would be?
Wow, that's an interesting question. I wouldn't venture to guess exact ages, but we have cohorts of students from a suburban high school that attend basic manufacturing courses at our Addison location, and we have recent retirees in Skokie. So really, our classes are open to everybody, not just folks who are looking to change careers. We've got a recent enrolled student who happens to be highly degreed, and she's taking a CAD course at a community college and learning CNC machining in our Skokie location. So it's something she wants to do to further herself.
Mhm. Usually, how do students learn about STI? STI.
That's a great question. So that's a lot of what I do is get the word out. So our recent high school graduates are learning about us through their counselors. I do a lot of career events to introduce the general public to Simple Training Institute and what we do and what we can do for them. And that's primarily how you'd find out about us is word of mouth. You can check us out on the web at simpletraining.edu. That's a great way to get some additional information. And you feel free to stop by either one of our locations. We have campuses in Skokie and Addison.
Do any of your students come back to teach at the Symbol Training Institute?
We have instructors currently who are Symbol graduates. The really nice thing about Symbol is our instructors are primarily adjunct. So what that means is that they work in manufacturing. They're actively on manufacturing floors, working CNC jobs, and they come in to instruct our students. So um, our students are receiving the current cutting edge information and techniques from our instructors.
Do students receive any tutoring, or do they have any access to mentors?
They do. Our lead instructor, Carmen, is always available, just a phone call, email, or text away. He's happy to come in and provide extra time and extra instruction for our students to ensure that they're succeeding. We don't let anybody fail. That's not what we do. We want to make sure that when you come through our doors, that you're going to leave successful.
Mm. And what about the recent migrants? That there are a lot of them that are experts in their home countries. What about them?
I work very closely with many refugee groups here in Chicago, refugee organizations helping recent refugees obtain training and employment in high demand, high paying fields such as in advanced manufacturing. We currently have many refugees enrolled and going through our program.
Mm. What about is there any problem with the language barrier with these students? They might be, very adept in their own country, but how is English affecting them?
That's a good question. We work with our ESL partners to help them obtain the language skills that are required for them to be effective for the in their employment.
Mm. So there are ESL like tutoring sessions too at STI.
They're not at SCI. We work through partners.
Okay.
There are many resources available in ESL, and the Chicago Public Library System does a really good job. Just as one example of an organization that provides no cost ESL courses.
Mm, okay. And what if our listeners are interested and they are they able to contact you directly, or if they're not too sure about how to do it, could they contact their uh, mutual aid organization to reach out to you?
Absolutely. If you're working with a mutual aid organization currently, please have them reach out to me. You can reach us via telephone at area code 847-673-6500. Or you can visit our website for more information or to schedule a tour at symboltraining.edu.
Okay. And how big are your two locations?
Size wise,
Hmm.
or
Yeah, size
I
wise, like
mean,
how many classrooms and how many
um,
stories, maybe how much square feet?
oh, well, I couldn't tell you exactly square footage. We have two fairly sizable locations. We have four CNC machines in each location, two mills and two lathes.
Mhm.
Our Skokie location also provides the industrial maintenance course. We have a computer lab in two classrooms in Skokie and three classrooms in a computer lab in Addison.
Mm. And which portion of your curriculum is in the highest demand.
It's all in
Mm.
high demand, all of it. There are more positions than people who are qualified for both industrial maintenance technicians positions and CNC machinist positions. So whether you're a machine operator or a setup person, quality control, these are all high paying careers that are begging to be filled currently.
Mm. And they would be full-time positions.
Absolutely. Full-time positions with benefits, overtime, you name it. These are great opportunities for individuals who want to have a career and want to would like to stay with the same employer for a long period of time. These are the kind of positions that are available.
Mm. When recently everything has been more become more mechanized, more computerized, not more mechanized, and also AI as well. How does that is there more for students to learn now?
Well, with mechanization and artificial intelligence entering the workforce more and more, what we found is that people need to be trained to operate these machines. AI is not something that's necessarily going to take over. What AI does is it augments what we do. It allows us to operate at a higher level and at a quicker pace. Computations are done much quicker, and it allows us to execute more um, complex designs when we're manufacturing things. So, but be clear that there are still people that need to operate these things. You need to input data for it to get data out. So,
Mhm,
that's where the human element comes into play. I don't think anything's ever going to be completely automated
mhm,
because we need to make sure that the machines don't break.
mhm. And a machine being a machine will definitely break at some point or other.
Just machine, a human body, it all breaks at some point. So we have to maintain it, and the more that we do to maintain the integrity of the machine or our body, the better we're going to be.
Um, in a career such as this, how important are soft skills?
Define soft skills for me.
Soft skills is interaction, working with people, people skills.
That's every day. We use these soft skills. So
Mm,
there's no way to get around human interaction. I think at Symbol, one of the things that we do quite well for our students is to help them be comfortable in the manufacturing environment, be comfortable with the language, with the acronyms. We all speak in acronyms in our different industries, and
mhm,
initially it can be uh, intimidating to say the least.
mhm,
But that's it's part of what we do is just to help people be comfortable interacting with other people. Is the better we are with interacting with each other, the better we're going to be as a whole, I think.
mhm. Absolutely. And how young can a person be and start exploring a career such as those being taught at the Symbol Training Institute?
I encourage anybody who has, a desire to work with their hands and to build things and to make things, or they enjoy tinkering and fixing things, to start exploring these careers in the trades when they're younger. Get as much information as you possibly can. The more you know, when it does come time to enter the workforce, the better you're going to be as a contributing individual. Um, we're currently in process of developing programs for current high school students, not solely for CPS, but anybody in the surrounding areas that would like to attend, um, for after school and summer courses. That's in the planning phase, and hopefully we can get that implemented soon, so our younger folks can experience advanced manufacturing, can experience what it's like to be a maintenance technician when they're younger. Currently, we look for 18 and older to enroll in the school,
Mhm,
mostly for safety, and just we don't want to put anybody in a position where they can hurt themselves or others.
mhm,
But if you're a 14, 15-year-old individual and you're intrigued about manufacturing, you saw a CNC video, or you like to tinker with things and fix things, please reach out to us and come by. We'll give you a tour and, give you as much information as we possibly can.
How many average students per class?
It depends on the course. Our industrial maintenance course, because it is extremely hands-on, as is our CNC course, we limit them to usually no more than 7 or 8 students.
Mhm.
Our CNC, we can go a little bit larger because we can split up our labs, but we try to keep the class size around 10. Again, reason being, it's a hands-on course, so we want to make sure that everybody has the opportunity to touch and feel the equipment.
How savvy are the students in their computer skills? Do they still have to learn more computer skills in order to continue with the class, or is everybody's knowledgeable enough to start at the same level?
Uh, when we're talking about CNC machining, it's a completely different language than what we're used to. It's not
Mhm.
Google and Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. There's a specific language that goes into programming these machines. They're called G code and M code,
Mhm.
and that's what we teach. When it comes to industrial maintenance, that's a whole other world.
Mhm.
And our instructor Jesse D is phenomenal with teaching people specifically what they need to know to be effective at an entry level position as a maintenance technician. Your maintenance technicians are going to use more of what we're used to in the PC Apple world, right?
Oh, mhm.
So, but yeah, the language with programming a CNC machine, and whether that's a lathe or a mill or any other kind of computer numerical controlled uh, machine, there's specific language for that needs to be learned, and we start our students on the path of being able to program those things.
Mhm. So, in other words, no need to be intimidated.
Absolutely not. No, there's no reason to be intimidated.
Mhm.
As a matter of fact, I think the more we learn, the more comfortable we are in life.
Mhm.
So I encourage everybody to just learn, just soak up as much knowledge as you can. Because the more we know, the more complete people we are, I think.
Mhm. Michael Harman of Simple Training Institute, thank you so much for joining us on WZRD Chicago 88.3 FM. And again, give us your contact information and how people could learn more about Simple Training Institute.
Thank you so much again for having me on. We can be reached via phone at area code 847-673-6500, or on the web at www.symboltraining.edu.
Hey, thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great day.